Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. What we got for you today is another build video. We're going to be focusing on a solar warlock build, but a damage heavy solar warlock build, which is kind of weird to say. I know warlocks were typically the support classes of the game, but there is an exotic that allows you to spam your grenades and your melee ability, your powered melees, which can, paired with something like Dragon's Breath, can put out a tremendous amount of damage. So that exotic is going to be Apotheosis Veil. It has a perk or a buff called Insatiable that you get for 7 seconds. After you pop your super, you get greatly increased regeneration speed for your melees and your grenades. Not instantaneous, but might as well be. Comes back very, very quick, which allows you to just continuously spam those melees and grenades. So here we have a damage phase on the Grasp of Avarice Ogre, and I'm going to show you kind of how we can make this work with Dragon's Breath. So throw a grenade, I'm going to shoot Dragon's Breath, and I'm just going to keep throwing as many grenades and throwing as many melees at him as I can. And now we're just going to go back to Dragon's Breath and Cartesian coordinate swapping. Wait for the click for that auto loading. Go back to your Dragon's Breath, put a shot out, and just keep doing the switch here. And yeah, I mean, this is with those ignitions, with the scorch stacks, the damage is crazy good. Now I know, again, nothing as good as what Hunters and Titans could do, but for a Warlock, it is very respectable. So we're going to go off here, wait for it to load, and we are going to do a solid 2.8 million damage, which I think is really good for a Well of Radiance Warlock. So, but the cool thing with this is you don't have to use it on a solar class. I just prefer it. I think it works really well with solar, but here it is with Strand. Pop your super, just send out a flurry of throwing grenades or powered melees, and yeah, I mean, you just see this again with Strand. There's just shit everywhere, and then also probably just as good as Solar. I like it with Void a lot as well. Throw your Nova Bomb, and then yeah, you can start spamming those scatter grenades or those pocket singularities. And if you put on the fragment that has that weakening, grenades weaken enemies. I mean, you have these grenades that you can just let fly and weaken all these enemies in an area as well, or a boss or whatever too. So I think it works really, really well with Void, especially with like Devour as well. But my preference is going to be Solar on this just because I like it paired with like the Ignitions, the Scorch Stacks, and then Dragon's Breath. I think that's a pretty sick combo. Now I did try to do an Izzy swap with this, but I think it's just too much going on with trying to get all of the abilities out and then trying to do like an Izzy Apex Pred swap. So for the build itself, we're going to be using Well of Radiance. Then we're going to be using Celestial Fire, Solar Grenade. I tried the other grenades, but Solar Grenade I think is what worked best. We're going to be using Touch of Flame to enhance that Solar Grenade. And then I have Heat Rises on, but you can use Icarus Dash if you want. There's really nothing special particularly about Heat Rises. So Heat Rises, Icarus Dash, either one is fine. For the fragments, we're going to be using Ember of Ashes, Ember of Char, Ember of Eruption, and Ember of Torches. And basically here we're just applying more Scorch Stacks, getting more Ignitions to spread those Scorch Stacks. So the idea is run into a room, throw a well down, throw your grenades literally everywhere since you're going to be getting that regeneration speed. And then also on top of that, if you do a powered melee, you're Radiant. So for those damage phases, as long as you can get one little melee kill in before the damage phase, you'll be Radiant and do more damage as well. And yeah, I mean, that's the build. I mean, I test it out, see what you like. Let me know in the comments if you have found something that you like better. But for damage, I love using this on Solar with Dragon's Breath. I think that is a elite combination, but it also works, again, that's the beautiful thing with Apotheosis Veil, is it works with any sort of subclass that you want to use. And here we're just going to finish off Praxis, so I'm just going to show, pop that super, you get Insatiable for, I think it was 7 seconds, and then you can just ability spam. And because it is Solar, you get those eruptions, those ignitions is great. So, all right, well, that's all we got for you today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's any changes that you would make to this build, and I will go ahead and test that out myself. But yeah, I love this build. It does a lot of damage. It'll probably be my soloing dungeon sort of build for a while. So, yeah, that's all we got. Thanks, guys. Love you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.